So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazy Cat Lady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for and entertainment purpose.
Hi everyone, Martha here. So we got a couple news, really two news. So, some good news on the writer strike, not the actor strike. The actor strike is going on. I want to make that very, very clear. And apparently it went on for 148 days, the writer strike. Now, it's not officially over because everybody's assigned paperwork, but they have reached an agreement that sounds like suitable, basically sounds like. And I bet some people are not going to stay. We'll see. But it looks like it's ending. This had to sign the paperwork. Everybody has to sign the paperwork, sounds like. So, yay, one strike down. We still have to worry about actors. So really they can't, and they're not allowed to go back to work on any of the movies or TV show that the actors are on strike. So, is it really over? No, I don't know. I think not. If one part of the since you can't really make a movie without actors. So yeah. And that I guess video games are starting to get more finalized into the strike, so I don't know. We'll see how things go. So on further news, I have watched a couple of those videos for people who have got to play Final Fantasy Rebirth 7. Early, some parts, like 2 demos basically. And they also said that for the Tokyo game show that Sid and Vincent will be playable, which makes sense. We have one more game that comes out after this, so there has to be some reward for us to play the next game. So it makes sense not everybody that you played in that they were played originally will be maybe the next one. So otherwise the markedly would be cool if not for Vincent and Sid playable in the next game. And there was a DLC member when like a couple months later for Yuffie. They did when they transferred to PS5, and you got to play her for a little while. Maybe they do that for either Vincent or Sid. And I did play a game back when it was on PS2. That was Vincent, Jurds, Cerberus. So I already played a game where I did play as him. So I can't wait until that game comes out in February. I'm happy with the characters we get to play as. So yeah. And I do like the fact that we had Red be on a Chocobo. It would have been cool if Torgal from 16 got to be on one, but it makes sense for him because Torgal's just a regular old dog, and Red, I guess, is either a lion or a wolf. It's hard to tell, but yeah. But since he's more intelligent, he actually acts more intelligent than the average animal. So yeah. So yeah, that's it for those two news. So I finished watching Ashoka episode 7. Last one beforehand, and so it starts out with Hera being punished for what she did. They have like a little hearing. That's one of the stupid things that one of the guys don't want to believe her and think that what she's saying is nonsense about the fact that that Thong won't might not return, and also the whole entire whale stuff. And 3PO comes in and says that Leia approves the mission. Since we can't really have Carrie Fisher here, so we'll have Anthony Daniels, or I think that's his name, who plays 3PO here, approve the mission. So that's cool. And then we have Ahsoka training for a little bit with holographic Anakin. I guess he recorded some of these before he turned evil. So yeah, turned to the dark side. I guess she was listening to the last one that he did before she probably went to that trial. So when she got accused for that bomb, and we have Sabine and Ezra reviewing what, and Sabine tells everything that Pruitt's happened since he's been gone. I like how they phrase it, since eventually he comes back. The Emperor's dead, that we heard of. Like, oh, you have to bring that up, but that he's going to come back eventually in this world. But I just like how they phrased it. But and the apprentice comes and attacks them. I guess the hermit crabs can't fight. They try to use slingshots on them. What are they, freaking Dennis the Menace? But they hide in, apparently Ezra does not believe in using a lightsaber, so he uses the Force on her during the Hunter fight, which works. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of, when Ahsoka took away, Darth Maul's sword, Darth Maul's saber, and he used, the Force against, the clones, so it kind of reminds me of that. And Sabine uses the lightsaber, and then also we have the way that we have like a lot of Force using in this episode. When Ahsoka finally gets to that place, the ships, there's like a bunch of like mines in the sky, and that's how the whales die and get part of the graveyard. But they end up jumping after Ahsoka and David Tennant, droid, get out of there, get out of the whale they were in, and they hide in one of the asteroids until Thrawn uses the witches to find them. He Morgan gives him reports of who her master was, and Anakin. I don't think he would know that Anakin was Darth Vader. I don't think that they should know. Not everybody should know this. It's okay. It wouldn't make sense for older commanders. Like, only one I would think that should know this was the older guy that was with him, because he actually knew him personally. As far as I know, Thrawn never really dealt with Anakin personally. So yeah, and if he did, he was already Darth Vader. So yeah, but they didn't make it feel like he already knew that he knew that. So looks like Dong's gonna leave without them. And when Ahsoka gets down there, she did fight the Brandon. I always have a hard time saying his name. And I don't know if this is his last episode or next one. I know the actor who played him has passed away, but I'm waiting to see if the next episode is before I name next one. I'll say rest in peace for the actor. So yeah. But she still doesn't beat him here. She uses David Tennant, shoots at him and uses it as diversion to go and help Sabine and Ezra, and the apprentice leaves because she knows she's kind of outnumbered. She can't fight all three of them. So yeah, and that's how the episode ends with all three of them back together and they all hug. It's sweet. It's very sweet. This episode was very cool and very sweet. So I'm probably going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I can't wait to see how the show ends, and I'm happy they didn't have they didn't have Leia there. I'm happy it was just 3PO. Yeah. So I'll see you guys later. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And bye-bye.